Good evening, everyone. My name is JustBinx, and tonight I'll be telling you a little story. There's No Such Thing as Monsters by Russ Faraday. My son had woken me up for the second night, running, saying there was something in his room, something that scared him so much, something that caused him to sob uncontrollably. He's only 6, so I can't hold it against him. I think we all got scared of the dark at that age, didn't we? Not a peep out of my daughter, though. I remember that. Same age, but she's silent as I led my son back to his room. I took him back to bed, tucked him in, and kissed his head. His tears had dried, and his blue eyes glistened in the light of the bedside lamp. Same eyes as his mom, who'd been gone 5 months by this point. Jesus, that was already 5 months? It flew by, but it was so tough, coping with that and raising twins as a single dad. Feels like yesterday she was here with us, and she would have been here helping me to comfort our son. His nightly glass of milk sat beside the bed, half empty or half full, depending on how you see things. I asked him to repeat after me. There's no such thing as monsters. If he could just keep that in his head, say it to himself, over and over again, maybe it would sink in. I hoped it would, to comfort him. I wouldn't let anything happen to him, and I told him that. He said he missed his mom, wanted her back. I remember holding back tears and telling him that I missed her too, wanted her back, but knew she was watching over us. I didn't believe that last bit, though, and nobody knew just how much I missed her. This became a ritual for us the following 2 nights. He would come in crying and wake me up. He would tell me a pair of red eyes in his closet, the sound of breathing. Each time, I did the same thing. Took him back to his room, tucked him in, kissed his head, and asked him to repeat. There's no such thing as monsters. If there was something in the closet, it was gone now. My daughter asked me once more what was going on, and I told her not to worry. I didn't need her getting scared too. On the 5th night, I brought my son his usual glass of milk. I watched him take a big gulp and reach down to kiss his forehead, knowing it'd be the last time I do that. Knowing that tonight is the night he will be taken. I told him I love him, that he should have a good night's sleep, and waited at the door for his eyes to close. It didn't take long for those sleeping pills to kick in. Easy for them to be in his nightly glass of milk. I closed the door, and a single tear rolled down my cheek. I'm not proud of anything, but it was the only way to bring her back. The only way to have my wife back in my arms. That's the deal I was offered. The choice I had to make. Let them take one of my children. I could choose which one, and she comes back to me. They told me it'd be the 5th night, that he'd be watched until then. I hope I helped him during his last nights. I'm still his father, and I love him. I hope she would understand. Understand why I chose him instead of our daughter. I did it for her, so when she comes back, her little girl is still here. So when she comes back, we can still be a family. But she hasn't come back. The only thing that happened was my son vanished in the middle of the night and was never seen again. They took him. I got nothing in return. Nothing apart from a broken-hearted little girl who lost her mother and twin brother in the space of 6 months. I'll never forgive myself. I can't even try and justify this in my own head anymore. I cry myself to sleep every night. I'd give anything to bring my son a glass of milk or kiss his head. I miss him. And now they said they want my daughter too.